In this episode, I talk about the only way to successfully run Facebook ads. Welcome to episode 139 of the Honest Entrepreneur Show, where I help creatives like you to master your marketing. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into the show. Guys, can I just say how much I am enjoying doing this show with no evil or ulterior motive? Not that there's anything wrong with selling your services or anything like that, but I love this being my side hustle. Yes, I've got a Patreon group, but I'm not even going to tell you where it is. It is currently full. I have no desire to sell you anything. There's people in there having a great time, but I don't need to mention it anywhere. I'm literally not promoting it. So I'm able to do all of this content and there's no upsell. It's just pure intent of I want to help you and bring as much value as possible. And there's something very, very pure about that.
This question is from Phil and Charlotte at Howell Edwards Creative. Can you please talk about Facebook ads and how to make the most of them?
Hey, Phil and Charlotte. We actually just had Phil on my other podcast and he brought a ton of value, so look out for that one. I like this question. I saw this question and I requested that I get to answer on the show. So I appreciate you doing the voiceover, Rachel. I requested it because I don't have expertise in this area. And so before I even get into my answer, I want to make a point here. I have not had a successful career or even that many experiences running Facebook ads. It is very important that I share that with you because there's so many people giving out advice about stuff they literally have no clue about. I only talk about what I know. I only talk about what I've experienced. And for me to try and fumble together an answer and be just do this, it's easy, would just be a complete fallacy. So if you are sharing information and sharing content, please only share the truth, only share what you know. That being said, I know people who are running Facebook ads. I've talked to them, so I can give a kind of third-party account. Like anything else, you get out what you put in. I see so many people who tickle Facebook ads, lose a bit of money and go, man, they don't work. They're not for me. And that's really dumb because equally, I have friends who are making ridiculous ROI on Facebook ads. And that has gone backwards. A few years ago, you used to be able to get ROI much greater and much easier. So it has become harder, but they can still be very, very profitable and very lucrative. But guess what? Every single friend I know who's crushing it with Facebook ads are the ones that went and took all the courses on Facebook ads, invested the time, read everything they could, spent hundreds or thousands of dollars investing and trying and testing, ran hundreds of different ad creatives and split tested and got super geeky about it. And guess who the ones are who are failing at them? They're the ones that ran 2 ads, they didn't work and they gave up. So the reason I was so keen to answer your question is I wanted to make a wider point. This is any skill. The answer is always go and properly invest the work to actually learn this thing, to develop this new skill and get good at it. Because there's billions of people out there who suck at virtually everything. And there's a very, very much smaller contingency of people who get really good at it. I implore you, if you actually want to try something, try and become one of those people that get good at it, but manage your expectations. It won't happen overnight. It will take real work. It's a full-time job, right? There are full-time agencies and consultants and professionals who manage Facebook ads. I employ one of those people. So I can learn a bit through osmosis, but I'm never going to be as good as she is because she does that day in, day out. So put in the work to learn this kind of stuff. And you will pick up more nuance than anything I can give you in this episode. But if you want some sound bites, there's a couple of things I know work. It's be intentional about the user journey. So you don't want someone to see an ad, be kind of expecting one thing, and then funnel to a landing page which doesn't quite match their expectations. You're going to lose them. It should be a very seamless journey where they're looking at the ad, they're going, that looks amazing. They click it and it goes straight to exactly what they're expecting and you convert them to a point of sale. That would be one tip. Creative is powerful. You can have the greatest product in the world, but if you've got a really boring, slow, shitty video or graphic, it's not going to convert. And do split test this. Data is everything, right? You need to be running multiple variants and really thinking about it and seeing which ones convert, because often that surprises you. It's not the one that you might have picked out or predicted would be the winner. Also, often think about reverse engineering and mapping your content and your ads based on what you're trying to sell, not the other way around. Don't come up with a generic kind of ad and then try and fit some products around it. Actually invest the time to be like, I'm selling this for people like this. Therefore, I'm going to create an ad that resonates with that group of people, and then I'm going to see how I can laser focus and target it. And yeah, targeting as well. If you actually learn this stuff, you learn about lookalike audiences and Facebook pixels and retargeting, all that kind of stuff. Get geeky, because that stuff wins. You can't go broad. The whole point of advertising is you go laser focused, and you can just do some incredibly creepy things with ads, but ultimately it gives a better experience for the user because they're seeing ads they are going to be compelled to click on. That is stuff that interests them, because there's nothing worse than seeing an ad where it's like, why the hell is that even in my feed? That's completely irrelevant to my life. So that's a few tips, but ultimately go execute and go learn it yourself, because that's the only way. There's no shortcuts. Question of the day: have you ever ran Facebook ads? If so, what's your honest experience? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm really enjoying the YouTube show. If you are too, then be sure to hit the subscribe icon and tick the little bell to get notifications when I post new content on this platform.